Hello and welcome to a Talmud Israeli production. Today we'll review the highlights of this week's course of Daf Yomi study, Masechet Nedarim, pages 82 through 88. Peybet, 82. Nadra mishtei kikarot. If a woman were to make a neder prohibiting her to benefit from these two loaves of bread, v'achat mitana, v'achat ena mitana. One of them, it bothers her that she can't have it because she really likes it, it's tasty. Another one she has no interest in eating anyway, so it's not bothering her in the least. Now bear in mind, the husband is only able to nullify vows which cause inui nefesh, affliction to his wife. So in this instance, only one of the two loaves, only half the vow is actually causing affliction. The question is, can he nullify the whole vow? Since he can nullify half, he can nullify the whole thing. That's the Tanakama's position. Rav Asi Amar Rabbi Yochanan, whereas Rabbi Yochanan says, no, since he can nullify only those things which are inui nefesh, he can nullify half the vow vis-a-vis the good loaf, but he cannot nullify the vow vis-a-vis the loaf she's not interested in. Pei Gimel. Konam Kohanim Levim Nehenim Li. Person makes a vow, a Konam vow, Kohanim and Levim cannot benefit from me. Well, what's the problem? There's Truma and Meiser that he has to give from his produce. So they'd be benefiting from him if they got it. Yitlu al karcho. So fine, the Kohanim and Levim can come and grab it against his will. They're not benefiting from him, they're benefiting from the fact that the law requires him to give it. Kohanim elu Levim elu. However, if he says, I will not give to these Kohanim or these Levim, they cannot benefit from me. Yitlu acherim, then other Kohanim and other Levim will go ahead and take it. Meaning only those who were expressly denied benefit are not going to benefit. Pei Daled. Rabbi Eliezer Omer. So Rabbi Eliezer says a person need not designate the poor man's tithe, which is given in years 3 and year 6 of the sabbatical cycle, when Maaser Sheni is not given. So a person who has demai, produce purchased from an Am Haaretz, whose halachic status is doubtful status because we're not sure the Am Haaretz actually tithe his produce. So we have to give certain emoluments to the Kohanim Levim from this stuff. But according to Rabbi Eliezer, Maaser Ani need not even be designated. However, the sages say, he has to designate it, he has to Korashem, call the name, but he doesn't actually have to separate the Maaser Ani from the pile, and certainly doesn't have to give it away, because there's no proof, definitive proof, that he owes it to the poor man. So therefore, it's just a formality, but he gets to keep it for himself. Pei 85. Konam she'eni osa al picha. If a woman says, I'm not going to do anything for you, Neder, I'm not going to do anything for you, my husband. Ein tzarech lahafer. He need not nullify the vow, because the vow is automatically null and void since she has obligations vis-a-vis her husband providing him benefit. Rabbi Kiva Omer Yafer. Rabbi Kiva says, no, it should be nullified. It doesn't automatically get nullified. Why? Because maybe she'll manufacture, she'll produce with her handiwork more than he is deserving of by right as a husband. So since there's this surplus that would be forbidden to him by way of this neder, the neder ought to be expressly nullified in order that this hadafa, this leftover, not prove to be a problem. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri Omer, no, there's a different reason why it has to be nullified. Because maybe he'll divorce her, and then she can't give him any benefit, and there'll be a hesitation or a refusal to remarry her. We would like to see a possible remarriage after a divorce. Which, why should there be a sad ending? There should be a favorable ending to the whole thing. But that won't be able to happen if this neder is still outstanding. Therefore, he should nullify the neder. Pevav, 86. Nadra ishto v'savash nedrin bito. The wife made a neder, and the husband thought it was his daughter, and he nullified it as though it was his daughter's neder. Or nadra bito v'savash nedrin ishto, or his daughter made a neder, and he thought it was his wife, and he nullified it on the premise of it was the wrong person. So in both of those scenarios, the neder has not been nullified because it was not done correctly. The question is, can you go back and nullify it again? When you find out the truth about who was the person making the vow, who was the vower. So Gemara says, Hareza yachzor v'yafer. He should and can go back and nullify it again when he has his facts straight. 87. Below ra'ot, without seeing. This is a verse in reference to killing by accident, manslaughter, accidental manslaughter, where the punishment for this is goleh. You get exiled to the city of refuge, the Ir Miklat. So the question is, what about a person who can't see? They're blind. Torah says below ra'ot, prat lasuma. So the first opinion says, Rabbi Yehuda's opinion, that a blind man is excluded from the punishment of galut. He doesn't go to the Ir Miklat. Why? Because it says you didn't see. Implication being, had you seen, you wouldn't have done it. But the blind man can't see at all anyway. So he's out of the parsha, out of the category of those people who have to go to Ir Miklat. Rabbi Meir says, no. We will include the blind man. If he kills accidentally, he does go to the Ir Miklat. So this is part of a trend of making the blind man closer to the same level of religious obligations and legal obligations as everyone else. Pei Chet, 88. Hamadr hana mechatano. What happens if a father-in-law doesn't like his son-in-law and says, I refuse to give any benefit by way of neder to my son-in-law? But he wants to give money to his daughter, and the daughter is married to this son-in-law, and he can't benefit the son-in-law, but he wants to benefit the daughter. But a couple is very much attached, and their finances are very much attached. So what can he do to give his daughter some cash without violating his neder? Omer law, the father says to the daughter, behold, these coins, this money, is being given to you as a gift. Ubulvad, with a stipulation. Shelo yeheba lebalech reshut bahen, that your husband, whom I've already made a neder against, has no control over these finances. Ella mashat noseit venotenet beficha. Rather, what should this money be used for? For your own personal benefit. Meaning you're going to use it to buy food and items for your own enjoyment, not to finance the family more broadly. So the father is able to give little gifts and material and financial advantages to his daughter, despite the neder that he had previously made. An alternative would be to try to find a way of releasing himself from that neder. But if he's not inclined to do that, he does have this option of somehow benefiting his daughter without benefiting the son-in-law. Everyone have a great week.